No,
on
we
the
are not.
inspiring.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum everyone. This is me, Mehtaba Manwala, and I'm a student at Hans School Learning Academy. And welcome to my show, Inspiring Match. I will try to inspire you. And as you know, that on daily basis we will do interviews. And when we will do interviews, so we have a very special guest in our studio. Today, I have a very special guest in my studio, and she is called Lenny. And today, we are going to take an interview from Lenny on the new topic. And the topic of our interview is that benefits being caring. So let's start this interview with meet and greet session with Annie. So hello Annie, how are you today? And kindly introduce yourself.
Oh dear, I think there's been a mix-up, Madeb. I'm Annie, not Colony, and I'm not a student, but a friend who's here to chat with you about the benefits of being caring. But if we're going to play along, I'd be happy to introduce myself. Hi everyone, I'm Annie, a 30-year-old woman from New Jersey with a passion for art, engineering, yoga, and dance music. I'm excited to be here on Inspire Me today to share my thoughts on the importance of being caring. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself. And let's start this interview session on the topic of benefits being caring with some general benefits questions. So, first of all, explain me that what does it mean to be caring?
I think you meant to ask what it means to be caring rather than carrying, right? But, to answer your question, I believe being caring means showing genuine concern and compassion for the well being of others. It's about being empathetic, understanding, and supportive towards the people around us, whether it's a family member, a friend, or even a stranger. Being caring is about being present in the moment and actively listening to what others need, and doing our best to help them in a kind and non judgmental way. It's a quality that can bring people together, build strong relationships, and make a positive impact on our communities.
Okay, so now explain me that how does being caring contribute to personal happiness?
I think being caring has a profound impact on our personal happiness, Madeb. When we show genuine care and compassion towards others, it releases oxytocin, also known as the feel good hormone, in our brains. This hormone is associated with feelings of warmth, connection, and happiness. Additionally, being caring helps us shift our focus from our own problems and worries to the needs of others. This act of selflessness can give us a sense of purpose and fulfillment, which in turn can boost our mood and overall sense of well being. Moreover, when we care for others, we tend to build stronger, more meaningful relationships, which are a key factor in our overall happiness. By investing in others, we're also investing in ourselves, and that's a beautiful thing. In my personal experience, when I'm being caring and supportive towards others, I feel more connected, more grounded, and more at peace. It's like my heart is filled with joy and my spirit is lifted up.
Okay, so now explain me that why is caring for others important for building strong relationships?
Made of caring for others is essential for building strong relationships because it shows that we value and respect the people in our lives. When we care for someone, we're demonstrating that we're invested in their well being, their happiness, and their success. Think about it. When someone shows us kindness, empathy, and understanding, don't we feel seen, heard, and loved? Don't we feel like we can trust them and rely on them? That's exactly what happens when we care for others. We build trust, we build rapport, and we create a strong foundation for a meaningful relationship. Caring for others also helps to create a sense of safety and security in relationships. When we know that someone has our back, we feel more comfortable being ourselves, sharing our thoughts and feelings, and being vulnerable. And that's when the real magic happens, Madeb. That's when we can build deep, lasting connections with others. In my own life, I've seen how caring for others has helped me build strong, meaningful relationships. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a partner, when I show that I care, they respond in kind. And that's when we can create a beautiful, supportive community that lifts each other up.
Okay, so now explain me that in what ways does being caring impact your mental health?
I'm Madeb. Being caring has a profound impact on my mental health, and I'm sure many others can relate to this. When I'm being caring towards others, it actually helps me manage my own stress and anxiety. You see, when I'm focused on supporting someone else, I'm not dwelling on my own problems as much. It's like my brain gets a break from all the worrisome thoughts and emotions. Plus, caring for others releases endorphins, which are like natural painkillers for our minds. They help reduce feelings of sadness, anxiety, and depression. So, when I'm being caring, I'm actually giving my mental health a boost. Also, being caring helps me develop empathy and compassion, not just for others, but also for myself. When I'm kind and understanding towards others, I'm more likely to be kind and understanding towards myself too. And that's essential for maintaining good mental health, don't you think? In my own experience, when I'm feeling down or overwhelmed, doing something caring for someone else always lifts my spirits. Whether it's a small act of kindness or a bigger gesture, it helps me shift my focus and feel more connected to the world around me. But I also want to acknowledge that being caring can be overwhelming at times, especially if I'm not taking care of myself too. So, it's essential to find that balance and make sure I'm not burning out while being caring towards others. Does that make sense, Madab?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And now explain me that how can being caring reduce help reduce stress?
Ameda, being caring can actually help reduce stress in several ways. One of the main ways is by distracting us from our own worries and concerns. When we're focused on supporting someone else, we're not dwelling on our own stressors as much. It's like our brain gets a break from all the constant thinking and worrying. Plus, being caring can also give us a sense of control and purpose, which can be really helpful when we're feeling overwhelmed. When we're able to help someone else, we feel like we're making a positive impact, and that can be really empowering. And, as I mentioned earlier, being caring releases endorphins, which can help reduce stress and anxiety. So, it's like a natural stress reliever. Also, when we're caring for others, we're often engaging in activities that promote relaxation and calmness, such as listening, empathy, and physical touch. These activities can actually help slow down our heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and reduce our stress levels. In my own life, I found that being caring towards others helps me feel more grounded and centered, even in the midst of chaos. And that's really helped me reduce my stress levels over time. But I want to share a little secret with you, Madab. Sometimes, when I'm feeling really stressed, I'll do something as simple as sending a kind message to a friend or family member. Just knowing that I've shown someone I care can actually help calm me down and reduce my stress. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's great to hear that. And now explain me that what role does being caring play in fostering empathy?
Madab, being caring plays a huge role in fostering empathy. When we're caring towards others, we're showing that we value and respect their feelings, needs, and experiences. And that's exactly what empathy is all about. When we care for someone, we're more likely to put ourselves in their shoes and try to understand their perspective. We're more likely to listen actively, ask open ended questions, and show that we're genuinely interested in their lives. And that's how empathy is built. Being caring also helps us develop emotional intelligence, which is essential for empathy. When we're caring, we're more attuned to the emotions of others, and we're better able to recognize and respond to their emotional needs. In my own life, I found that being caring towards others has helped me become more empathetic over time. When I'm working with someone or even just chatting with a friend, I try to remember that they're a person with their own struggles, hopes, and dreams. And that helps me approach the conversation with more kindness, compassion, and understanding. And it's not just about the other person, Madab. When we're caring towards others, we're also cultivating empathy within ourselves. We're developing our ability to understand and relate to others, and that's a beautiful thing. In fact, I believe that being caring and empathy go hand in hand. When we're caring, we're more likely to be empathetic, and when we're empathetic, we're more likely to be caring. It's a beautiful cycle of kindness and compassion that can have a profound impact on our relationships and our communities.
Okay, so now explain me that how does showing care for other builds trust?
Madab, showing care for others is a powerful way to build trust. When we demonstrate that we genuinely care about someone's well being, they're more likely to feel seen, heard, and valued. And that's when trust starts to build. When we show care for others, we're sending a message that we're invested in their lives, that we're committed to supporting them, and that we're willing to put in the effort to help them succeed. And when people feel like they can rely on us, they start to trust us. Showing care for others also helps to create a sense of safety and security. When we feel like someone has our back, we're more likely to open up to them, to share our thoughts and feelings, and to be vulnerable. And that's when deep connections are formed. In my own life, I've seen how showing care for others has built trust in my relationships. Whether it's a friend, family member, or colleague, when I take the time to listen, to offer support, and to show that I care, they're more likely to trust me. And it's not just about the big gestures, Madab. Small acts of care, like sending a kind message or offering a helping hand, can also go a long way in building trust. It's the little things that show we're paying attention, that we're invested in the other person's life, and that we care about their well being. In fact, I believe that showing care for others is one of the most powerful ways to build trust, especially in today's world where relationships can be fleeting and superficial. When we take the time to show we care, we're building a foundation for strong, lasting relationships that can withstand the ups and downs of life. Does
Yeah, it makes
that
sense.
make
And now explain me that how can being caring improve communication skills? Go ahead and speak about like my question. Like how can being caring improve communication skills? Can you hear me? Okay, guys, we are going to refresh the page of. Hello, Annie. Now, can you hear me?
Madeb, it's so great to hear from you again.
Okay,
I'm all ears
so
and ready.
as we are talking about our topic benefits being caring, so we are going to continue this. So now explain me that what are some ways caring for others can enhance emotional intelligence?
Madeb, that's a fantastic topic. I'm so glad we're diving deeper into this. You know, I've been practicing yoga lately, and it's made me realize how interconnected we all are. When we care for others, it's like a ripple effect that comes back to us. Okay, so back to your questioning. I think one way caring for others enhances emotional intelligence is by helping us develop empathy. When we take the time to understand someone's struggles and emotions, we improve our ability to read social cues and respond in a more compassionate way. It's like, have you ever noticed how when you're listening actively to someone, you can almost feel their emotions? That's empathy, Madeb. And the more we practice caring for others, the more empathetic we become.
Yeah, you are right. And now explain me that how does being caring lead to personal growth?
Madeb, that's a beautiful connection. So, when we're caring for others, we're not just helping them, we're also learning and growing ourselves. You see, when we put others' needs before our own, it forces us to become more self aware. We start to realize what we're capable of, what we value, and what we stand for. It's like I've been volunteering a local art program for underprivileged kids, and it's made me realize how much I value creativity and kindness. By caring for others, we discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. And also, caring for others helps us develop a sense of purpose. When we're focused on someone else's well being, we start to feel a sense of direction and meaning in our own lives. It's like I've been feeling really fulfilled lately because I've been helping out a friend who's going through a tough time. It's made me realize that my purpose is not just about achieving my own goals, but also about supporting others. So you see, Madab, caring for others is like a mirror that reflects back to us our own strengths, values, and passions. It helps us grow as individuals, and that's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so now explain me that how does being caring strengthen communities?
Madab, this is where it gets really amazing. When we care for others, it creates a ripple effect that spreads throughout our communities. You see, when we show kindness and compassion to one person, it inspires them to do the same for someone else. It's like, I live in a neighborhood where everyone looks out for each other. If someone's sick, we'll bring over food or offer to help with errands. It's this beautiful web of care and support that strengthens our community bonds. And it's not just about individual acts of kindness, Madab. When we care for others, we also start to build trust and understanding. We break down barriers and create a sense of belonging. I've seen it in the art program I volunteer for when kids from different backgrounds come together to create art. It's amazing to see how they connect and support each other. It's like they're not just learning art skills, they're learning to care for each other. And when we care for others, we also start to address social issues that affect our communities. We start to see the big picture and understand that we're all connected. It's like, Insha'Allah, when we care for the most vulnerable members of our community, we're caring for the community as a whole. So you see, Madab. being caring is not just about individual actions, it's about creating a culture of compassion and kindness that strengthens our communities from the inside out.
Yeah, you are right. And now explain me that in what ways can caring for others reduce social isolation?
Madeb, this is such an important topic. Social isolation is such a big issue, especially in today's world. We're all so connected on social media, but sometimes that can make us feel even more alone. But when we care for others, we start to break down those walls of isolation. We start to reach out and connect with people on a deeper level. It's like, I've been visiting my neighbor who's been feeling lonely since her husband passed away. We'll just sit and talk for hours, and it's amazing to see how it's brought us closer together. And it's not just about visiting people, Madeb. When we care for others, we start to create inclusive spaces where everyone feels welcome. We start to organize community events, support groups, and volunteer opportunities that bring people together. It's like, our local mosque has a weekly soup kitchen where people from all walks of life come together to share a meal and connect. Caring for others also helps to reduce social isolation by giving people a sense of purpose. When we're caring for someone else, we start to feel needed and valued. It's like I've been mentoring a young girl who's been struggling in school, and it's amazing to see how it's giving her a sense of confidence and direction. And finally, Madeb, caring for others helps to reduce social isolation by encouraging active listening and empathy. When we truly listen to someone's story, we start to understand their struggles and challenges. We start to see the world from their perspective, and that breaks down barriers and builds bridges. So you see, Madeb, caring for others is like a bridge that connects us all. It helps to reduce social isolation and create a sense of community and belonging.
Okay, so now explain me that how does being caring inspire others to do the same?
Madeb, this is where it gets really beautiful. When we're caring, it's like we're sending out ripples of kindness into the world. And those ripples can inspire others to do the same. You see, when we care for others, we're leading by example. We're showing others that kindness and compassion are valuable and important. And people are more likely to do what they see, rather than what they are told. It's like I've seen it in my yoga classes when one person shows kindness and support to another, it creates a whole energetic shift in the room. Suddenly, everyone feels more connected and supportive. And when we're caring, we're also acknowledging the humanity in others. We're recognizing that everyone has struggles and challenges, and that we're all in this together. That's incredibly powerful, Madeb. When others see that we are willing to care for them, they start to feel more connected to us, and more inclined to care for others themselves. Plus, Madeb, caring is contagious. When we do something kind for someone, it releases oxytocin in their brain, which is like a happiness hormone. And that makes them more likely to do something kind for someone else. It's like a kindness chain reaction. And finally, Madeb, being caring inspires others to do the same because it creates a sense of community and social norms. When we see others caring for one another, we start to expect that kindness and compassion are the norm. And that can shift our whole culture and society. So you see, Madeb, being caring is not just about helping others, it's about inspiring a whole movement of kindness and compassion.
Okay, so now explain me that how does a caring attitude promote social harmony?
Madeb, this is where it all comes together. A caring attitude is like the foundation of social harmony. When we care for others, we're creating a sense of unity and togetherness. We're recognizing that we're all in this together, and that we all deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. You see, when we care for others, we're breaking down barriers and building bridges. We're creating a sense of trust and understanding, which is essential for social harmony. It's like, I've seen it in my neighborhood when people care for one another, they start to look out for each other. They'll check in on each other, help with errands, and just be there for one another. And when we care for others, we're also promoting a sense of empathy and compassion. We're putting ourselves in other people's shoes and trying to understand their struggles and challenges. That's incredibly powerful, Madeb. When we empathize with others, we start to see that we're not so different after all. We start to see that we all have the same hopes, fears, and dreams. Plus, Madeb, a caring attitude helps to resolve conflicts and reduce tensions. When we care for others, we're more likely to listen to their perspectives and try to find common ground. We're more likely to work together to find solutions, rather than getting stuck in our own egos and agendas. And finally, Madeb, a caring attitude promotes social harmony because it creates a sense of shared humanity. We start to see that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, a community, a society, a world. And that shared humanity is what binds us together and gives us a sense of purpose and belonging. So you see, Madab, a caring attitude is the key to unlocking social harmony. It's the secret ingredient that makes us want to work together, support each other, and create a better world for all.
Okay, so now explain me that. What are some examples of community initiatives built on caring?
Madab, there are so many amazing examples of community initiatives built on caring. Let me tell you about a few that inspire me. One of my favorites is the Buy Nothing Project. It's a global network of local gift economies where people give away things they no longer need to their neighbors. It's amazing to see how it's brought communities together and fostered a sense of caring and generosity. Another example is the Time Bank movement. It's a system where people exchange time and skills rather than money. So if someone needs help with yard work, they can offer to babysit for someone else in return. It's a beautiful way to build community and promote mutual support. I'm also loving the concept of repair cafes. They're community-run spaces where people can bring broken items and have them repaired for free. It's not just about fixing stuff, though it's about building connections and reducing waste. And then there are the amazing community gardens that are popping up all over the world. They're not just about growing food, they are about building community and promoting social cohesion. In my own community, Madab, we have a fantastic initiative called the Adopt a Senior program. It's where volunteers are paired with elderly neighbors who need support with things like grocery shopping, dog walking, and just overall companionship. It's heartwarming to see how it's brought people together and reduced feelings of loneliness. Finally, Madab, I have to mention the incredible work of organizations like Meals on Wheels. They deliver food and companionship to seniors and people with disabilities, and it's amazing to see the impact it has on their lives. These are just a few examples, Madab, but there are countless more out there. Community initiatives built on caring are truly the backbone of a compassionate and connected society.
Okay, so now tell me about how does being caring help resolve conflicts?
Madab, this is such an important topic. Being caring is like the superpower that helps resolve conflicts in a beautiful way. When we care for others, we create a safe space for constructive conversation and understanding. First of all, Madab, being caring helps to diffuse tension. When we approach a conflict with kindness and compassion, we reduce the emotional intensity and create a calmer atmosphere. It's like when someone is upset and we offer them a listening ear and a comforting word. It helps to soothe their emotions and create a sense of calm. Secondly, being caring helps us to see things from the other person's perspective. When we care for others, we put ourselves in their shoes and try to understand where they are coming from. That helps us to identify the root cause of the conflict and address it in a more effective way. Thirdly, Madab, being caring encourages empathy and understanding. When we show that we care for the other person, we help them to feel heard and validated. That creates a sense of connection and trust, which is essential for resolving conflicts. And finally, Madab, being caring inspires creative solutions. When we approach conflicts with kindness and compassion, we're more likely to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions that work for everyone. I remember Madab, a conflict that arose in my community between two neighbors. They were arguing over a minor issue, but it was starting to escalate. A group of caring community members got involved and helped to mediate the situation. They listened to both sides, offered words of comfort, and encouraged the neighbors to find a mutually beneficial solution. In the end, they were able to resolve the issue amicably and even became closer friends. So you see, Madab, being caring is like the glue that holds relationships together and helps to resolve conflicts in a beautiful, constructive way.
Yeah, okay, so now tell me that how can being caring contribute to a supportive workplace culture?
Madab, being caring is like the magic ingredient that creates a supportive workplace culture. When we care for our colleagues, we create a work environment that's not just productive, but also nurturing and fulfilling. First of all, Madab, being caring shows that we value and respect our colleagues as individuals. When we take an interest in their lives, listen to their concerns, and offer support, we create a sense of belonging and connection. That's essential for building trust and fostering a positive work culture. Secondly, Madab, being caring encourages open communication. When we create a safe space for colleagues to share their thoughts and feelings, we promote transparency and honesty. That helps to prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. Thirdly, Madab, being caring promotes a culture of empathy and understanding. When we care for our colleagues, we're more likely to put ourselves in their shoes and try to understand their challenges. That creates a sense of compassion and support, which is essential for building a positive work environment. Fourthly, Madab, being caring encourages teamwork and collaboration. When we care for our colleagues, we're more likely to work together, share ideas, and support each other. That leads to better outcomes, increased productivity, and a sense of shared accomplishment. And finally, Madab, being caring reduces stress and burnout. When we create a supportive work environment, we help our colleagues feel less overwhelmed and more empowered. That leads to improved well-being, increased job satisfaction, and reduced turnover. I remember Madab, a leader in my organization who was known for being incredibly caring. She would take the time to listen to her team members, offer words of encouragement, and celebrate their successes. She created a work environment that was not just productive, but also joyful and fulfilling. And that, Madab, is the power of being caring in the workplace. By the way, Madab, I'm curious, what's your favorite way to show care and support in the workplace?
Okay, so everyone, this is our interview. Maybe enjoy. If you enjoy, so hit the like button. We will meet at next episode of Inspiring Mind with another guest. Take care of yourself.